I'm Deep Mahaman and you're watching The Redmen TV.
Hello and welcome to The Redmen TV on an evening that saw Liverpool crash out of the Europa League to Zenit St. Petersburg on away goals after winning by 3-1 on the night. Absolutely devastating. Before I talk a little bit about the game, we're going to keep it brief this week because there's not a lot that we can really say. Quickly, a few comments. Tommy Jackson, fantastic atmosphere. Gutted about the result. We played superbly well. Proud to call myself signs of the Liverpool spirit of old. There's probably a way of missing there, but the general gist, yeah, completely agree, Tommy. The atmosphere was amazing. That is the best atmosphere at Anfield. I mean, with the exception of probably, you know, maybe a United game and a Derby game or two for the last 4 years. I think Mike Atkinson, regular contributor to the show, said to me in the pub afterwards that since Atletico Madrid in the Europa League under Rafa Benitez, probably the best atmosphere. The closest thing we've had to one of the great European nights, certainly from the days of yore. Amazing, my throat's in bits. I'm interviewing Didier Man tomorrow, which should be interesting because I will have pretty much no voice. That should be fun. Anyway, Tom Blount says, absolutely gutted, so close yet so far. Thought we could do it all game. Proper European tie back at Liverpool. Reminded me of Olympiacos. Ah well, drink has filled that shallow hole of despair. Yeah, definitely. Right, I'm going to have one more. Tim Price just can't fault any of the team tonight. They all gave it everything on that pitch tonight. Onwards and upwards, let's do our utmost to get as close to top 4 as we can. Fantastic effort, lads. You'll never walk alone. Yeah, look, ultimately we go out the competition and I'm gutted, and I think the thing to remember tonight, you know, we've been a little bit disparaging of the Europa League in the last few years. You know, we jokingly called it the Europa League, but it's nights like that you realise how important that competition is, and if Liverpool are to have any ambitions of getting back to where we were on not just in the English game but on the world stage, the Europa League is a pretty decent place to sort of cut your teeth and get that kind of experience. And you try telling players like Luis Suarez that the Europa League doesn't matter. Look at him, he's absolutely heartbroken. He's given everything for the team tonight, you know, and his Herculean efforts, although maybe not even the best performance he's ever had in Liverpool's shirt, but you know, two magnificent free kicks. The second one's unbelievable. You know, he's done everything he can, and all he needs is one more goal from somewhere, and we're going through. And you can maybe question, there'll be a couple of people out there who are so downbeat, they'll be looking for negatives in there. And look, in the interest of fairness, let's look a little bit very briefly at that. You know, I don't think the substitutions we made were quite right. I agree, but they needed to come when we got the goal. Maybe we should have had a little rethink. I think Jordan Henderson should have stayed on the pitch. I don't think John Joe Shelby should have come on. I understood the theory behind it, because when we were attacking, he was getting into the box. He was another body up front and a physical presence, and you know, he has that shot that he puts wide. It almost works, but going the other way, I just don't think he's mobile enough. He just looks sluggish. Things seem to zip past him. You know, he just looks like a tank at times. He just doesn't look fit, and whether that's because he hasn't got it or whether it's just because he's not playing football, which we know maybe he needs those games to keep his match sharpness. I don't know, but that was a little bit of a letdown for me, and it's a real shame. But I think, look, you can maybe look. You can find, if you're looking to blame the manager, you'll find ways to blame the manager. If you're looking to blame individual players, you'll find individual players to blame. I'm sure, but we've got to focus on the positives. What I'd say is, ultimately, Jamie Carragher cocks it up completely, gives them a goal, and if he doesn't do that, you know, we're talking about who we're facing in the next round, and we're looking towards, you know, the future. Maybe are we going to get to the final and blah blah blah. You know, not to be. Ultimately, Jamie Carragher was magnificent for all but 2 seconds of that match, but ultimately those are the 2 seconds that matter. But his reading of the game, stepping up, actually striding at a defence with the ball. He was epic, an epic performance, and had it not been for that, he'd almost be like man of the match potential. But let me know who your man of the match was. Who did enough there? Whose efforts warranted wanted a good solid pat on the back in spite of the overall result of the tie. Let me know in the comment section underneath. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. Dead easy, kind of. You just subscribe to the YouTube channel for completely free, nothing to do with the website whatsoever. Yeah, let us know any instance. Let us know if you're willing to try and apportion any blames of that game. Who would you go to? Does it go to those? As again, I'm going to rub this line off, Mike. The prick with the stick who just tosses about at the byline, like, no idea what they're for still. Maybe someone can answer me that question. Who are they? What are they there for? What purpose do they serve other than to stand there and just do some very basic calisthenics to keep themselves from freezing to death? Yeah, let us know all your thoughts on all those things. Who's your man of the match? Thoughts on the game? What do the pricks with the sticks actually do? Are you disappointed? Do you remain upbeat after that? All good things. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. As I said, I'm going to be interviewing the Kaiser, Liverpool Waterstones, Liverpool 1 Waterstones. Tomorrow's got a book signing, so if you're around Liverpool and you're seeing this in time, do go down, and we'll be there with the cameras as well, so come down and say hello. Don't be too downbeat, Reds. Look, you know, I say almost it's ultimately upsetting, but the fact that it's upsetting shows, you know, just how much it meant to us today, you know, and you know, and I won't hear a bad word said about anyone on the pitch really or off the pitch, because in the crowd gave it their all. I think the vast majority of the players as well can come out with their heads held high from that. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. A little bit truncated, but it's been a twat of a week. Hope you understand. I'll be back. We'll be back next week. We're going to be analysing this game in a lot of greater detail on the subscriber show next week, which will be out next Wednesday. Do check that out on the redmentv.com. Otherwise, we shall see you. Yeah, we'll see you next week at some point. Anyway, thanks for watching and good night. Ta-ra.